Australian Open couldn't have started with more buzz as one of the most...
It's the opening round of the 2018 Australian Open. Australian tennis star Nick Kyrgios is in good form. Watching closely is someone who's often at Nick's side, his older brother Christos.
49.
Wearing a Sportsbet branded t-shirt that was hard to miss.
Have you ever seen anything like this in tennis before, acting as a human billboard?
The next round, another Sportsbet t-shirt. Tennis and gambling have a long and at times fraught relationship. In January last year, tennis was grappling with how to improve integrity in the game after allegations of match fixing 2 years earlier.
Championship matches have been investigated over suspicions of match fixing.
All of us here in tennis are absolutely committed to stamp out any form of corrupt conduct in our sport.
The explosion of online gambling around the sport of tennis has created vast sums of money which are being wagered on this sport. And as a result of that, it presents a threat, it presents a risk.
Where there are betting markets, there are betting integrity concerns.
Mark Phillips was one of the top investigators in a major 2007 tennis corruption investigation, which led to the establishment of the Tennis Integrity Unit.
Yeah, there's no doubt that online betting has created more risk because it's created more betting opportunities.
The growth of online betting around the sport of tennis has exponentially expanded the threat to the integrity of the sport. The more money that comes into the gambling, the more likely it is that there will be corrupt individuals or criminal elements who will be involved in seeking to manipulate outcomes in tennis matches to achieve ill-gotten betting results.
Tennis integrity isn't just about match fixing, and that's not what 730 is alleging here. It's about ensuring the culture of the game is beyond reproach, and that players and their entourages are able to resist being compromised or seen to be compromised.
It's not a good look for the sport for players to be promoting gambling.
Professional tennis players around the world are bound by a special integrity code. The code bans them from encouraging people to wager on tennis competitions. They can't be in ads for betting companies or make personal appearances for them. And it isn't just for players, but for what's known as covered persons.
A covered person is literally someone who's covered by those rules. So for Nick Kyrgios, it would be Nick himself, his trainer, his fitness coach. His brother would be part of it if he's in the box.
What wasn't clear at the time was the relationship between Christos Kyrgios and Sportsbet. 730 can now reveal that in 2018, Sportsbet paid Christos $40,000 to engage in promotional activities for the company.
For me, it's a clear breach of the tennis rules as they stand. I would have assumed that it would have been a pretty straightforward fine, At the time, I was surprised when nothing actually happened.
There are rules and regulations in force in regard to what players and player entourages and support members are able to do within the sport of tennis.
Richard Ings wrote a landmark report on tennis integrity in 2005. He believes the promotion of Sportsbet by Christos Kyrgios falls within the remit of the tennis watchdog.
It's really a matter for the Tennis Integrity Unit to determine whether a violation occurred or not.
730 can reveal that Tennis Australia did refer the incident at the Australian Open to the Tennis Integrity Unit, which told us it never comments on individual cases. The Sportsbet told 730 it takes its commitment to sports integrity seriously. Mark Phillips says Sportsbet probably wouldn't be worried by any negative repercussions had Christos faced a sanction.
For him to have been fined at the time would have been some publicity. Sportsbet wouldn't have minded that at all. That would have just been more publicity for them.
Away from the tennis court, Nick Kyrgios and his family have been busy establishing the NK Foundation.
It's much bigger than tennis for Nick. Something that's always been really important to him is making a difference to kids.
At the time, the ABC reported any money Christos Kyrgios received from Sportsbet would be donated to the family's NK Foundation.
Kyrgios on his third match point.
730 was unable to confirm this with Christos Kyrgios. Christos Kyrgios declined an interview request from 7:30 and declined to answer written questions about the payment and what happened to the money. Nick Kyrgios sent these 3 emojis when approached by 7:30. After years of intense public scrutiny on the sport, Mark Phillips believes tennis needs to set a gold standard.
His face was quite prominent during that tournament. I remember as being part of Nick's entourage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Kyrgios.
It is literally a perception thing.
If you've had an experience with Sportsbet you'd like to share, please get in touch with 7:30 via email at 7:30@abc.net.au.